Hello, and welcome to the Unidos in Finance Spring 2022 orientation. Today, I'm going to explain some of the logistics of the program, the benefits and expectations of the program, as well as reveal our partners for our Spring 2022 cohort. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, my information will be at the end slide, and you'll be able to reach out to me. Following your orientation video, you will be asked for an interview opportunity. At your brief 20-minute interview, we will ask a few questions to see if you are the right fit for the Unidos in Finance Spring 2022 cohort presented by MAAC in San Diego County. Our cohort will run from March 7th through April 29th. There is a slight possibility that our program will have to be postponed by 2 weeks, depending on the availability of our instructor. If this happens, we will let all of our applicants know as soon as possible. So a little bit about MAAC. MAAC is a local San Diego organization, and our mission is to maximize the self-sufficiency of families and individuals through our high-quality programming and the advocacy for those in our community. We do this through our various pathways, one of them being education, economic development, which this program is run through, health and well-being, housing, and finally, leadership and advocacy. MAAC has been around for a few years. We've been around since 1965 and started out in a garage in Barrio Logan. Since then, we've expanded to all of San Diego County, serving many people. I want to say that the numbers that I'll show here are not quite accurate. 480 employees has now risen to over 500. 36 locations has now turned into 39. And we are now serving more than 85,000 people every single year from Fallbrook all the way down to San Isidro. As you can see on our slide, all the little dots we have our own affordable housing facilities. We also have child care centers. We have a large child care center presence in the North County. We are the largest early Head Start provider in the area. We also have 2 recovery homes down in South County. We have our administrative offices in South County, as well as a North County campus in Vista. We have our very own charter school that caters to 14 through 24-year-olds receiving their full high school diploma. We have weatherization teams, energy assistance teams, as well as our STEP centers, which provide support to our residents with supportive services. So Unidos in Finance. Unidos in Finance is a program. This has been running for 2 years. This particular cohort, spring of 2022, will be cohort number 7. This free 8-week training program was provided by Unidos US, which is our main funder, but we also have other funders that are allowing us to provide this opportunity to the community free of charge for specifically bilingual adults who are looking for opportunities in the banking and finance industry. We've partnered with Unidos US as well as 19 other affiliates all across the country. So this program is done at multiple locations all across the country, including one in Los Angeles and another one in Sacramento. The courses that we will be teaching you, the modules will consist of vocabulary for banking and finance, understanding different regulations, as well as procedures and compliances that will need to be taken care of while you're working in a bank. Understanding the basics of customer service and understanding what products and services our customers are going to need at our local banks and credit unions. At the end of our program, we also have job placement assistance by connecting you with the right people in the right places at our local banks and credit unions. We also provide updated job boards with openings and opportunities, as well as direct referrals. The course is taught in English. There is only one area that we teach in Spanish, and that is for some specific vocabulary. The program was geared toward bilingual Spanish speakers, but we know that San Diego is a melting pot and we need all languages. So here in San Diego, we are allowing many, many different types of languages expanded from just Spanish. And the reason we're doing this is that there is a need for bilingual speakers in our banks and credit unions. A lot of specific communities, here we talk about the Latino community, but really in all different communities, especially here in San Diego, there's a disparity between who is in the banks and credit unions and the representation of the communities that they work in. So we want to ensure that the right languages, the right people that reflect that community are inside our banks and credit unions. This will help shift the understanding of financial literacy, the comfort with financial literacy, to expand opportunities in all communities. Our participants really enjoy working in this program because it expands on skills that you may already have and really leads you toward a fulfilling career in the world of banking and finance. Now, in banking and finance, there's lots of growth opportunities. One of my favorite things about banking and finance is that all of the bank managers that I know, and especially a lot of the regional managers, all started out on the teller line. They all started out as customer service representatives working with customers inside brick and mortar banks and have had many opportunities to learn and grow and expand with lots of promotion opportunities. So there's plenty of places that you can go in the world of banking and finance once you get your foot in the door, and this program aims to do that for you. Our financial institutions enjoy working with us because we provide them with culturally competent, pre-trained, bilingual, ready-to-work employees that they're able to plug in and utilize right away, that already have an understanding of what is expected to thrive in our banking and finance industry. So what would make you the perfect candidate for this program? Well, baseline, you got to be 18 years old, have to have a high school diploma. And we do accept those that have high school diplomas outside of the United States. You must also have a right to work, which means that if you are an immigrant, that you do have papers and a right to work in the United States. We also ask that you have no adult felonies. The reason for this is because we do know our banks and credit unions do background checks, and felonies are usually a red flag for them. So we want to make sure that we are sending the best and brightest to our banks and credit unions. English language fluency, yes, we do need you to be bilingual, but we also would like you to have the fluency to be able to serve all customers. We do want 6 months or more of customer service experience. Now, sometimes people don't realize they're in customer service, but any customer facing job, whether that's in retail, hospitality, insurance offices, healthcare, anything where you're really providing services directly to customers is part of customer service experience. Basic computer literacy, we do know that all our banks and credit unions now run completely on computer systems. It's no longer paper, so we want to make sure that you have the basic computer literacy skills necessary. We can assist with that if needed. There is a preference for bilingual in Spanish, but like I said, in San Diego, we do have high need in many other languages. So it is not just for Latino community members, it is for all. Something that would make you an amazing candidate and definitely a high regard for our banks and credit unions would be people with a strong work ethic. Someone who is really willing to get in there, learn, and just be happy and smiley about it. I can teach you everything that you need to know about banking and finance. I can teach you all about compliance and all about security, but I can't teach you to be nice. So people that are happy, people that are smiley, enjoy talking to others, that's really what banks are looking for. So if you're the kind of person that likes to chat it up with, your checkout person at the grocery store, or the barista by name that makes your coffee every morning, those are the kind of people that they are looking for. Anyone that can connect their work experience to the world of finance, and we will help you do that. In our program, we do review all of your work experience and pull out what we feel would be the best to display on resumes and on cover letters in order to really entice the banks and credit unions to invite you in for interviews. We're also looking for those that enjoy working with others, just enjoy talking to people. If you have some sort of sales experience, fantastic. That's always very, very helpful, but it is not necessary. But that is something that's very helpful. And then, of course, definitely some sort of cash handling experience. Working any kind of register, any kind of accounting, any exchange of money at all would be considered cash handling experience. Now, looking at our schedule, excuse me. There we go. Looking at our schedule, we will be meeting on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Now, this is a live class. It is not in person. It will be online and Zoom, but it is a live synchronous learning class. We start at 9 a.m. and go no later than 12:30. Sometimes we finish earlier than that, but our cap is at 12:30. We meet Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, like I said, 9 to 12:30. The first half of class is usually our professor who is giving direct instruction. So utilizing PowerPoints, utilizing worksheets, as well as breakout rooms for group activities. The second half of class is usually set aside for our guest speakers. We have guest speakers who are experts in each of the different modules that we'll be presenting to you. And those guest speakers are representatives from our local banks and credit unions. That is one of the greatest things about this program, is an excellent networking opportunity to directly connect with local banks, local credit unions that have open jobs, and you have a person that can give you direct access and direct information on those opportunities. So our second half of class is usually dedicated to some sort of guest speaker from our various local banks and credit unions. And like I did say before, it is a possibility that our class will start on the 21st instead of the 7th, but hopefully we will not have to make that adjustment. If all goes well and we do start on March 7th, we will have our graduation on Tuesday, the 26th. Graduation will be a Zoom graduation, so it'll be 30 minutes of, hurrah, hurrah on our Zoom. But right after that, we will have a career fair. At the end of our graduation day, we have a career fair opportunity. All our local banks and credit unions participate to do mock interviews and real interviews to offer opportunities for open job placement at our local banks and credit unions. A few things on logistics. We are very big on ensuring our students are participating in class. So we do allow life to happen. Things happen. We have children, we have family members, we have other obligations. So excused absences are understood and permitted, but you must make communication. Communication is key. If you're reaching out to me or reaching out to professor to let us know that there's something going on, we can make adjustments for you. Unexcused absences will result in being dropped from the program. Also, excessive tardiness, missing guest speakers, things like that will also have you dropped from the program. We want to make sure that we are providing our local banks and credit unions with our best and brightest graduates to ensure that they continue their participation with us. All course instruction will happen via Zoom. It will be online, so you can do so from the comfort of your home, the comfort of wherever you might be. We do ask that you try to keep your camera on 80% of the time. I know it's not always possible. For some reason you do not have a device with a camera, let us know and we can lend you one of our laptops from our lending library to use for the class. If you do not have a laptop or a computer, we are also able to lend you one of our laptops just in case. That way you can do some of the computer work and the documentation work on our Google Classroom much easier than you can from your phone or mobile device. All of our classwork will be done via Google Classroom, Google Drive, and use an add-on app called Nearpod. Now, I will go over how to utilize Google Classroom, Google Drive, and the wonderful Nearpod during our first course offering to ensure that everyone has a good understanding of how Google Classroom works and how Nearpod will be utilized in your synchronous at-home work. All instruction is synchronous, meaning that we are live in person, online, not in person, but live online. And all of your independent work, your homework is asynchronous, meaning that you can do it at your own convenience. So if your best homework time is 11 o'clock at night after all the family members have gone to bed, then that is okay. You are able to do your asynchronous homework online at your own convenience. Each module has one, maybe two different homework activities, and homework activities really shouldn't take you more than 20-30 minutes max to do those homework activities. Some of the benefits of the program: we have a fantastic instructor from Southwestern College. You'll receive a certificate from Unidos in Finance with MAAC. The curriculum that we utilize, which I think is fantastic, was actually made by Bank of America. And Bank of America has the Bank of America Academy, which is a forefront banking education offshoot of Bank of America. So their curriculum is recognized by other banks and financial institutions as well. Like I said before, one of the greatest things about this program is the networking opportunity. You have an opportunity to meet and personally be introduced to HR representatives, branch managers, regional managers, and customer service representatives from our local banks and credit unions. And really, in this business, who you know does matter. So it is very helpful to have those personal connections that we will be able to provide to you through this program. At the conclusion of the program, we do help with job placement and referral assistance. Some of our local banks and credit unions do have an internal referral system. So once you've applied, we also reach out to our partners and let them know that you've applied so they can pull your application and rise it up to the top. We do help with resumes, cover letters. We make sure your resume is up to par to what banks and credit unions are looking for. We also help ensure that you have an active and engaging LinkedIn presence. If you do not already have a LinkedIn account, we help you set one up and make sure you have something there that is enticing to our banks and credit unions as you do your job search. We also provide mock interview opportunities where you can practice all of the different kinds of questions that banks and credit unions will be asking in your real interviews and be provided with constructive feedback from our local HR representatives, branch managers, and customer service representatives from our local banks and credit unions. Like I said before, our graduation will be a Zoom graduation. However, we will have that career fair, which will also be virtual, and offer an opportunity to meet, speak with, and be interviewed by our local banks and credit unions that have open opportunities at the entry and teller level. Some of our wonderful partners that have participated with us are Mission Federal Credit Union, Bank of America, My Point Credit Union, Pacific Premier Bank, Chase JP Morgan, First Bank, California Coast Credit Union, Union Bank, US Bank, Robert Half, a staffing agency, as well as EY or Ernst & Young, a financial institution. And of course, as I said before, our main sponsor is Unidos US. All of these partners participate in our mock interviews as well as our graduation. If you have any questions, comments, concerns after viewing this orientation to the Unidos in Finance Spring 2022 cohort with MAAC, please feel free to reach out to me. My name is Valerie Hash. I am your program manager and instructor for Unidos in Finance. You can reach me at vhash@maacproject.org. Some of our students have shared their feedback with us. I think the greatest feedback that we've gotten for this program is the networking opportunity. Our participants who have been employed and offered job opportunities at our local banks and credit unions said that internal referral and the knowledge that they gained from our course helped them gain the confidence they needed to make it through their training sessions and to make it through those interviews. Like I said, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me at any time. My name is Valerie Hash. I am your program manager for Unidos in Finance with MAAC Spring 2022. You can reach me at vhash@MAAC, M-A-A-C, project, project.org. Thank you very much for your time and attention. Now reach back out to me so we can make sure to get you an interview after you have completed your application.